Hey there, planners. I wanted to pop in and give a quick update on my work bullet journal. So 2020 has been a bit of a interesting and unusual year, and I have not given an update on my work bullet journal in some time. And I thought I would just pop on real quick and share with you all what's changed, what my format is, and actually set up for the next week in my work bullet journal, and just kind of show you how I'm using this tool. So I will say that I have been working remotely since mid-March, and that has certainly changed the way I am using my functional planning tools for work. My work bullet journal has always been far more minimal than my personal bullet journal and really focused on functionality, goal tracking, action tracking, delegation to my teams. The job I do have a corporate job. I have responsibility for a department where I have first line leaders and mid-level leaders reporting to me along with employees that are in various locations. So that kind of gives you an idea of the type of work that I do. And then, just using my bullet journal to really help me track those items and stay on top of how we're progressing towards our goals, how I am personally taking care of all the things I need to take care of. So what I'll say is, even though my work bullet journal has always been very minimal, it has gone to a new level of minimal functionality in the world that we are living in this year, in 2020. So just a note about the bullet journal itself. This is a B5 minimalist art bullet journal. It has 120 GSM paper. This is available on Amazon. I think it's around $20. It comes in 3 different colors. And I have just been using this same notebook for years now. I go through somewhere between 2 and 2.5 of these notebooks a year. You can see kind of how thick it is. The paper is great quality. It does have two bookmarks, and I have just really enjoyed this. Right now I'm using white, so it may be a little hard to see against the white background of the table. But with that, let me hop in and show you how I set up my week. Okay, so I wanted to use an example from a past week. This was from the week of August 3rd to August 7th. Just to show you how I set it up. Now, I apologize for all the sticky notes. They're typically not here, but it is my work bullet journal, and so I have had to cover up all the, sort of confidential information. But this is how I set up the bullet journal each week. As of right now, I'm not using any monthly spreads. I am setting up weeks with these 2 pages, and then I am rapid logging. And I will show you an example of what that looks like. So I set aside 1 page, and my tools are two items. I have a mild liner. I just pick a color mild liner, and then I pick a pen that's in that same color vein. So right now I have been loving the Bic Gelocity 0.7 pens. And so I just pick these 2 that kind of go together, and I use a different color every week. So you can see I had, a pink Bic Gelocity with a pink mild liner this week. I switch colors every week because it makes it very easy to tell where one week transitions to the next as I'm flipping through. So I dedicate 1 page, the left-hand page, to the week. I put the date there, just kind of draw a box around, and then I brain dump and migrate all of my personal action items and tasks onto this page. So you can see, I create boxes at the beginning of the week, and they're either partially filled in because they're in progress or they're empty. I just dump that all here. I set up the right-hand page with 4 quadrants. 1 is for my team, and in this section I would have specific teams listed out and things that I am needing to kind of monitor or follow up with them on, or action items I know they have due, things that I am kind of providing oversight for. I have one box for my personal one-on-one with my boss, where I just collect items that I want to make sure that I am communicating or following up on with my boss during my scheduled one-on-one meetings. And then I have a specific project that I'm working on that's taking up a lot of my time, and so I've dedicated a quadrant to that. And then I have a box titled Staff, which I have a weekly meeting with my direct reports, my staff, and there are certain things that I want to make sure I cover with all of them. They're usually like communication items, and so I will just kind of dump those there, and as the week goes through before that staff meeting, if there are other items that come up, I'll make sure I capture it there. That way, when we actually have our staff meeting, I'm making sure to tell them and communicate with them on all the items that I need to cover for that week. And so this is sort of the initial setup. Now you could use the quadrants for anything that is important to you. Certainly different headings, could be for projects, whatever you need to use this for, but sort of action items, brain dump for the week, and then specific areas that I need to capture. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up for the week ahead, and I'll just show you how I draw this out, and then talk a little bit about how I will rapid log on the next page. You can see that this is extremely functional, and it's not pretty. The lines aren't straight. This is minimal. This is as minimal as can be, and honestly, this is what I need this year. I don't know about you, and I'd be really interested in hearing in the comments. Does anybody else feel like if you are working remotely this year, anybody else feel like you're working like 10 times harder than normal? I don't know if it's because there's not defined start and end times, but I just feel like there is so much more going on this year than I would normally. All right, so once I have this set up, you will see that there is a clip here. This is actually this page, this weekly setup page for the previous week. So I will start by flipping back to the previous week and just capturing any items that need to be migrated over. And if they're in progress, I'll use a box that is like this, that indicates to me I'm kind of halfway done, or I've made some progress, but it's not fully complete yet, and list that out there. Any items that I haven't even started on yet, I will just put a regular box for. Anything that's really important or urgent, I would put an exclamation in the box. And so I just pull over anything from the last weekly setup. I will then flip through the weekly pages from last week and capture any additional action items that, for me, that came up through the week. And then I'll do a bit of a brain dump of anything else I know of that I need to sort of get done this week. I'll then go in and again migrate from the last weekly setup any items for my team, my one-on-one, the projects, and my staff, and also do a bit of a brain dump of anything else I need to talk to my staff about. I really just am flipping back through and pulling anything from the previous week, and then also brain dumping, capturing anything else that I know of. And so it's a very basic setup, but it is working really well for me for the last few months. So I'm going to flip the page and just show you how I rapid log throughout the week. So the first thing I do, I will put a clip on the weekly page so that I can easily turn back to this as many times as I need to. I turn the page and I just start my week. So on Monday morning, I will make a highlight all the way across the page. And this is an indicator for me that a new day has started. So anytime I see a highlight all the way across the page, I know that that is a new day. And then I will write the day and the date, okay? And then I just start rapid logging. So if I have a specific meeting, I will put a smaller highlight and I'll put that meeting title there. So let's just say it's a staff meeting. And then I would list out any attendees and take any notes. I take notes in bullet points. If there's an action item that comes up, I mark it like that. And go throughout the day. If there's another specific meeting, I'll make another highlight, list it there, so I can kind of see at the end of the day, I can see on Monday, here's the various meetings, and I can easily see where the notes and action items were. And I just use as many pages as I need to. If my Monday takes to here, then on Tuesday, I would just come in and mark another all the way across the page highlight and write Tuesday and the date in that box. And that sort of indicates to me where the pages are broken up. And, it's not very pretty, but it's very, very functional. And then throughout the week, I, of course, will come back to my weekly page and refer to anything that I need to get done. If there are items that I need to pull on a daily basis from the notes back into here, I'll do that a couple times a week. And at the end of the week, I'll go forward and set up the next weekly setup. So this has been a system that is working really well for me. I just wanted to hop on and share an update with you because it has been a long time, and my bullet journal is such an important tool for me at work. And what I really love would be to hear from you. How are you using your bullet journal or your planner differently this year than maybe in past years? Has your planning style changed? Has your work environment changed? I'd love to hear all of that in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give me a thumbs up and let me know. Subscribe to Plannin' Annie for more content like this. And as always, thanks for planning with me.